Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. In today's video, we are going to be touring my Agrabah Plaza market. So I wanted to kind of take you step by step as to how I made everything, the reason I had some design ideas and how I was able to implement it. So we're actually starting in of course, the plaza, but near the Forest of Valor entrance. And essentially what I've done is I've put some tropical wood pathing here and a nice little market awning at the top with some fabrics on the side. And I did include some really interesting pieces of furniture in my opinion. So I have this almost a nook for eating, which I really liked. I thought this was a really nice touch because when you're in a market, there's not usually a lot of space. So you need to find wherever you can to eat and just do your daily things. So essentially what I have here is a little bit of a stall going into the courtyard is what I'm calling it. So essentially here we've got a lot of potteries, clay. I've put down clay on the table itself. I've put a bell over here so that people can ring the bell if, for example, the shop owner is not here, and hopefully they'll be able to come and then sell their items. And I've done the same thing over here for the fabric stall. So I've placed down a lot of fabrics along with a bell as well. Now going into the courtyard, this is kind of I guess you could say the centerpiece of the plaza. It's not in the center of the plaza, but it's like the centerpiece. It's very open, very airy, refreshing. I've put some of the Fallen Fortress walls on the corners along with some candles that are lit. And of course some seating area for people to sit and admire the water fountain, as well as lots of piles of gold, because why not? And also here, this is kind of a really cool idea I had where there would be like a merchant just sitting near the fountain, or tarot reading or something like that. I thought that could be really fun and almost realistic when you're going to visit these places. And I also have these amazing mosaic tile rugs, which I think blended in very seamlessly with this area, and I think it looks really good. And I've made sure to have all of the mining nodes accessible, so I've actually put the castle entrance wall piece over here so that we can access this specific mining node. But going back into the entrance, this is my main house skin right here. I made it very open. I didn't put too much decoration, just some pillars to lead into the castle. This is the Corona Castle house skin from the premium shop, and I think it looks perfect in this area. It works really well and it blends in very seamlessly with an Agrabah style build. And of course on either side we do have mining nodes, and I have made them accessible. So we actually have to go around the hedges, and it is accessible on both sides. And I really loved this idea I came up with the hedges, and each one around the Corona Castle is like a different variation. So it looks almost realistic, and I just thought it was a really cool feature that I kind of realized that I could do because I could decorate very close to the Corona Castle. Here I have what I call the high-end market district. So we can see we've got fruits over here, a wonderful sitting area in front of a fountain, another market right over here, and I've mimicked the same thing on the other side of the plaza where we have another stall, another sitting area, and another market. And I took mimic very literally, and I actually placed the second Corona Castle skin here. So the first Corona Castle is my main house, and the second one is just the house style that I've placed, which is why I'm able to have two at the same time. Again, the mining nodes behind it are also accessible. But going here, I do have Aladdin and Jasmine's house, which I was able to place once we finally got them into the valley. Here I have a cool, travel agency almost. So here you can kind of get any materials and stuff that you want. You can look at a map and get any equipment that you might need for traveling. And over here, I've kind of gotten the same thing almost, but this is probably more weaponry, I would say, than travel. But I thought it was like a really cool addition because, of course, at a market, people would sell all different kinds of things. So I wanted to showcase that. And here we have almost like if you're in a mall, you have the food court essentially. This is kind of the idea that I went with, where in the middle we have lots of seating with tables and chairs that people can eat or hang around. And around it, I have here a nice fruit stall, which is manned by Beast. I also have a nice little sushi area here and another pottery station with, of course, the more high-end pottery being behind this specific store. So, you know, sometimes how you have to go through alleyways to find the really one-of-a-kind items. So that's kind of the idea I had with this little nook that I've created for myself to get through. And I've also made it so that I can hide my ancient vacuum back here. So if I need to collect any of my night thorns or resources that spawn in the plaza specifically, I can just go back there and it doesn't really ruin the aesthetic at all. I've also put the Mulan walls in the background because I think it looks better than just having the castle being visible from the back. So I kind of wanted to create a little bit of its own area. I didn't want it to seem like it was near a castle, but more in an open space. And of course, when you're in a market, there might be entertainment for kids. So I have the little shadow puppet show going on over here, as well as a nice little tavern bar area for someone to get drinks if they want to. And lastly, we've got a little tapestry section where they're weaving all sorts of fabric. So you can actually see a fabric stall like right here or behind the walls, and you can also see one over here. So they've kind of made sure to make use of all the space that's been given and showcase their products wherever possible. And of course, I've used this tropical wood pathing everywhere that I could, and I just really love this build. Let me know what you think. It's very simple. It's definitely Nintendo Switch friendly, and I'm very happy with how it turned out overall. Keep in mind that on these pillars you unfortunately can't place any items, otherwise I would have placed some of the pottery items up here. I think that would have looked really, really nice. But of course I have this gold path in the front because, again, gold, why not? There are two castles, so there can definitely be a gold pathing, I would say. But that is basically it for my Agrabah Market Plaza. I hope you guys like this. Feel free to take inspiration from this build. You can incorporate it in your own valley, whether it's a floating island or any biome. I would love to see your designs, so feel free to post them in my Discord channel, which will also be linked below. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys very, very soon. Bye, guys!